Hi everyone, it's Tenerife Island by Madre, and today we are in the capital of Tenerife. It is the Santa Cruz city. It's a very large city by the standards of the island. 200,000 people live here. And the first place we see it is oldest market on the island, Mercado Municipal Nuestra Señora de Africa. People say here the prices are the lowest, but actually they are the same with prices in normal shop. And I just want to watch the building. The building is really huge. There are fish and seafood, vegetables and fruits, spices, and now everything for gardeners. I don't know, maybe they have competition also. It's a very atmospheric place. There are also cafes and restaurants where you can have delicious lunch. And of course, we should not forget that there is a mixture of cultures on this island. During all existence of this island, different people came here from all over the world, from African continent, from Europe, and from South America, and many of them stayed here to live. And their traditions and cultures mixed, and now we get Canarian culture, which is not similar to any other country in the world. To make us understand the life, we used to come to the market, of course. Here you will hear different languages and you will eat different food from different countries. It's very interesting. Very, very atmospheric place. And I would like to recommend you to watch these enamel panels, this one. It presents us national dresses of locals of Canarian Islands. As I have already told you in other my videos, the Canary Islands include 7 islands, and each island has its own national dress. So it's very unusual for us and interesting. So, to understand life on this island before Spanish conquistadors came, we go to Museum of Nature and Man, and actually is the Museum of Archaeology. So, by the way, this is a library, and now students are preparing for the summer session. It's building with walls made of glass. Attractive, huh? So, this is my favorite topic. And guys, make sure that you have taken a comfortable position and are ready to listen. We are coming to the Museum of Nature and the Man and also archaeology. So, this island and all Canarian Islands are part of Macaronesia and is one of the planet's most important geographic regions. It's interesting because it's the area which used to provide the refuge for the important flora that lived in southern Europe and North Africa, and which is today extinct on these continents. So it has plenty endemics. Endemic means that those creatures, doesn't matter flora or fauna, that they live only in this place. Here we can see all archaeological materials and anthropological remains of the Guanches, the first settlers who had inhabited Tenerife long before the Europeans conquerors. Plenty Mediterranean and North African people came here to search for products like purple dye. It extracted from a marine mollusk and was an important economic resource at that time. In this stone we can see Libico-Berber alphabet from cultural group in Northern Africa. Guanches bones has shown that their diet was based mainly on meat and dairy products. Marine resources and vegetables were less important part of the diet. The consumption of vegetables was high on the northern slope due to the development of agriculture and harvesting. The chronicles by the Europeans who arrived here in the end of 15th century describe the skills observed in treating the skin of goat, sheep or pig, and we should know that Guanche didn't have metal tools. Some rock art may be related to collective rituals. Guanche worshipped the sun, moon, and stars, and they did not have temples, but they did make offerings and conducted different practices in places of cult. They believe in life after death. This one is map for sacrificial ceremonies. In these lines they poured milk or water to run through this network of grooves carved in the stone. Okay, next one is nature, and nearly 100 illustrations of endemic plants are displayed here. They have mostly been drawn by authors from the 19th century. Was golden age of Canarian botany. Actually, even Carl Linné came here. This giant lizard named Lagarta goleaf is still distributed. These decorated pieces were used to protect against the evil eye or from other misfortunes. All this handcraft production and pottery in particular were dedicated to women. These ceramic objects were mainly household items with little or without decoration, and they used for storing foods. They've been modeled by hands without a potter's wheel, following ancient traditional techniques passed down generation to generation. So, reminiscent of Egyptian goddess Tort, which protected pregnant women and infants. Guanche mummificated dead people, especially their leaders. They cover it in some animal skins and put it in cliff rocks or in caves. So we can see it now. Actually, they didn't live long, not more than 35 years. So we left the museum and wanted to visit this old Canarian-style church, but it was closed. So we went on walking through the streets, and tomorrow is a holiday, the day of the Canarian Islands, Dia de Canarias, and all these roads are decorated with flags, lights, flowers. Artists will perform, people will dance and sing, so everybody will have fun. It will be a day without work. We are walking towards the ocean shore. Modern buildings are already dominated here. There are business centers and resident multi-stores buildings. There is an old oil refinery here that is not in use now. And there is also a sea cargo port. It is a big botanical garden with more than 400 types of palms from all over the world named Palmetto. So we are going toward the concert hall. We pass by pools with natural water where you can relax all day, enjoying the views. This little fortress, actually named Black Tower, was a sea fortress that helped to protect the island from pirates. And now it's a museum, of course. The tower was restored. And for a modern person, even a small defensive fortress. But in those days, it was probably a serious structure. This big building is concert hall named Auditorio de Tenerife, and it looks like an opera house in Sydney, but they were designed by different architects. Most concerts, festivals, and exhibitions take place here. People come here from all islands to listen to a symphony orchestra or organ. In just a few days, the music of the composer Tchaikovsky will be played within these walls. Auditorio de Tenerife has a gorgeous view of the ocean. You can just relax here. There is a rocky beach nearby where you can swim, but actually it's very little one. Auditorio de Tenerife is the first building which catch your eyes when you enter the city. And it's the favorite place of the tourists, of course, to make their videos or snap some pictures. And we are on our way back home. Thank you for being with us and take care of yourself. Bye.